Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be working on the Haunted Mansion Wreath. Now this one I had actually posted on my Instagram, and I had thought about creating it a while ago, and I was really digging it. Why, you may ask?
Because Disneyland's closed.
So we're going to be talking about how I was able to create this. I had it in my mind that I really wanted this to come to life. Everything's closed because of COVID. Rightfully so, because we should be safe first. Obviously, we weren't able to attend Disneyland for Disneyland when it turns into holiday transitionals. You know, when it kind of goes into fall and everything starts changing. Obviously with the Nightmare Before Christmas, since that's what it's themed after. Not the Haunted Mansion, but they do the Haunted Mansion Nightmare Holiday. So they mix that up together. So it's usually the Nightmare Before Christmas. And we have these guys going on. And then we have this. So this is going to be the reference to what we are creating. So I really wanted to recreate that, especially because me and Andrew have our home. And I thought it'd be something that we can save and reuse. I was looking for wreaths. If you guys have a wreath, you guys can check it off already because, you know, you have a wreath and that's what you need. So ideally, I would recommend the one that we purchased from Costco. So that one was around $39. It was like $40, maybe. I want to say $45 max with shipping. If you guys are able to get it, or you know somebody that has a hookup with that, please score it because it's amazing. It has a little thing on the back that you could tie it, and it kind of looks like a little commando thing, but you clip it. It has a Velcro thing that attaches the little box, so it has no cord, so that way you're able to just press it, and it goes from 6 hours to 12-hour intervals. And the bonus, my friends, is that it changes colors. So it has a setting where it's white, so the lights are just white, and another one which is rainbow colored. Different colors were good for Christmas, holiday season, all the good feels. So the things that you're gonna need for this project are measuring tape or ruler. You're gonna need some paper. You can use butcher's paper or something to copy the pattern with, or if you just remember, sometimes people have done that. So if you could do that, then do it. We're going to need the fabric. So the fabric is going to be a cotton blend or just straight cotton. The one I have is a distressed denim, but you can go ahead and get black since that one is going to contrast really well with the white lines. Then with the lines, we're going to go ahead and need paintbrushes and the acrylics. So the acrylic is really going to take the cake on this one. It's really easy to use. It's going to just form really well. It's going to make beautiful lines, and get a fresh one. Please don't make my mistake. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't waste 2 to 3 hours of your life. We're going to go ahead and use sewing supplies. So what you're going to need, the bare minimum, is a hand needle, a sewing needle, and black thread or white thread, depending on your choosing, but I chose black. So you can go ahead and use that, or if you want to use contrasting colors and make it a little different, you could do that too. I'm all here for that. But that's what you're going to need, the bare minimum, in order to close everything down on the sides, flip it over, and also to do the stay stitch. Then you're going to end up using the wire. So if you use the wire that I provide down below, the link to, that one actually comes with the wire and the clippers. So you don't have to worry about the clippers. If not, you're going to go ahead and need the clippers and the wire. So if not, that's what's going to happen. But get the one down there. It's a pretty good deal. It moves beautifully. It's beautifully flexible. You're not going to regret it. Going to need the skull. The skull, either if you're going to go ahead and duplicate this with putty and make it 2D and then just put a couple holes and then put it with the wire, or if you're gonna go ahead and go all out and do the 3D one. Whichever one you pick, you guys need to make sure to have that skull so that way it is present in this wreath. You're gonna go ahead and use a drill if you're using the 3D one. Otherwise, I do suggest, if you have wet clay, to go ahead and do it on the wet clay before it dries. So then you don't have to worry about it. Then last but not least, we're going to include the Bluetooth. So obviously a Bluetooth speaker is a little bit of an extra pizzazz, but to me it really added to it. So if you guys are able to purchase it, I really recommend it. It's really fun and you guys can use this for as long as it lasts. Overall, that's going to be all the things you need for this do-it-yourself. I really hope you follow along, and let's get on into it. I'm going to go ahead and put it here, and then we will have it connected. I wanted to do a welcome foolish mortals, but I don't think that's gonna happen this round. Maybe, we'll see. But for now, this is what we're gonna work on. See? And let's take it out. Let's see if my Christmas, oh my God, it's attached, how beautiful. Yes. Ta-da! Oh yeah, that's much better. The perk with this one is that it's battery operated and it has white lights and color. Right. Amazing, right? So you can do both. If I'm in a vibe, more Christmas time, I'll go ahead and put the white ones, you know? But for Halloween and stuff, I still want the color. And of course, I'm gonna put the main skull head right there. Oh. Whoa, whoa, not for eating, kiddo. So I have this. This is a cotton, it's a calico. So this one I just purchased from Joann's. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pattern this out, clip the edges so it's like the illustration where it's kind of like looks like a little tail. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip that, sew that in, and then I'm gonna attach the boning per se. There's Tim Burton lines in it, funny enough. We want the lines to be a little crooked, not so complete, kind of little thick, thin thing going on. So that should be fun to paint this. So I'm going to use that with some acrylic brushes or just any detail brushes that you may have that, well, actually acrylic brushes, because detail brushes are so small you're going to be tired. So we're going to go ahead and do that, add the boning, and then attach it on that. This guy, we're going to figure out if we can go ahead and successfully put the aluminum wire in that so we can hold them together. Let's get started. Okay, allotting seam allowance. Still gonna do half, but I think I am going to go just perfect. I got enough, kids. This is why you always add extra. Or if you're like me with more creative, that I just kind of, as I go, I kind of sculpt it. Some people are perfectionists and ain't no shame. You guys are badasses, but there's different ways of creating as well. And this is my way. So if this resonates with you, hello, brethren. If not, hello, brethren, because we're still creating something. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and that's where it's gonna start to billow out. And oh yeah, there. So it's gonna be like that. I'm gonna pecker at the bottom, or pucker at the bottom, boom. Then, so let's do that. Also, really quickly, let me show you guys, because I don't think I showed you guys the wreath in action. So here she is. This is how it looks. But let me turn it on. Ready? Ta-da! So that's the first feature. This is how it looks like. Bam! So this is going to be more what we're going for this particular project. Now the awesome thing, this is the one that I recommended from Costco. Again, go get it if you can. So this is what it comes with. It has the little pouch. It comes with the little Velcro that you can tap on in. It's timed. So one, it has 6 hours and 12 hours. And you pull it through here. This is so green. I'm getting Call of Duty flashbacks. Alright, so see, doing that, make sure this side's even as well so you don't have to do twice the work. And we cut it out so then it's flipped so it's asymmetrical on the other side too. So you got two pieces. It's even Steven. Right. Side. And then da-da-da. Usually you also label what it is, so do that. We can go ahead and give this a quick press, and then we could do it on the fabric. So I'm going to try to position it so I'm on the floor so you guys could see the whole scope. Okay, so this ended up working. Hi guys. Hello. brushes. These are from Artist Loft. So it's just from Michael's. I recommend getting it. It's pretty cheap. And we could get a lot of use out of them. Wish me luck, bub. Oh, God. Sounds like chorro.
What you call me?
Uh-huh. What else? Huh? That's it? Okay, so I finished one of them, and it actually took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Like about 2.5 hours, to be honest. I let it dry a little bit in between, but then I was really trying to go in with the acrylic, as you can see. A lot easier, but then the final clip, I had it kind of on my legs, and that helped out a little bit. However, we still got a bunch to do, but I just wanted to show you guys before I exit this day, because this is day 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this at my own pace. You guys have already the time lapse of that first one, so you guys can see how that one looks, and it'll be the same process with the other ones. I'm just gonna stick with it. Okay, really quick update. So I was using this basics one that I was trying to just use. I've had it for a while, and it came out a little gloopy, as you can see, that consistency. However, I was using water to try to, you know, dull it down a little bit, and that was the result. I ended up getting another one because I always tend to have backups. So this was my backup, and I finally caved in. Used this one, and then the white one worked so much better. So much more watery, as you can see. Saturated it a lot more. So we're doing the last one, and then I'll touch base with you guys tomorrow. So this is currently what we have. So this is how long it is, and this is a skull. So see, so I want to make it to where it balances out a little bit. So honestly, I think it's going to be rather small, the bow on the top here, because I still want the wreath to show through. So it's probably going to be like either ridiculously small, or I'm going to make it a little like go out like that. And maybe add like a couple more skulls that want printed out. But I do want to go with this. I do want to go with this, and I do want to see what else I could do with this. But I don't want to make it look crazy, you know what I mean? So look at that. That looks really nice. What do you think, Papa?
That looks great. Looks super
But
dope.
then I want to add like the bows on the top, but a little smaller. So we're going to go ahead and work on this guy, and I'm going to go over here. See where Ladybelle is. Ladybelle! Hey, little girl. Where are you?
Hi! Hello! Say hello, day 4. Hey! Hi guys! Bye byes!
Sit. Good girl, paw. High five. Yay! This is meeting at 21 and a half. And then we have inches length. Obviously, it would actually be 11, so half and half for seam allowance. And this one would be 22 and a half. So this is what we got. We got the bow. So I went ahead and closed that shut. I flipped it in, and then I sewed it shut. So you guys can see a little bit of the stitching along the edge here. So I didn't want to make it the big bows because that was going to take up a lot of space, and it's already quite heavy. So this will keep it a little more lightweight. This is where I loused up. Don't be like me. But I do want to go ahead, and I did, as you can see, I stitched it here. You could, of course, like open it up and go the other way, but I did not want to do that. I want to get this finished so I can display it outside. So as you guys can see, sorry, it just worked out. You guys can see here, look at that. Gives it a cool effect. So let's go put it on. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and stitch these by hand. So I'm gonna stitch this by hand. It's just a lot easier than doing it on the machine, and then we'll figure out the closure. So what I ended up doing is tacking it on here. So as you guys can see, so I'm meeting at where the aluminum is underneath it, and then hooking it under, just because I was trying to do it with my machine, and I don't know if you could see. Yeah, my needle's broken. It's gone. So hand doing it, hopefully this proves a little better. I wanted to stabilize the sides, but maybe if these are stable, these will be inclined, the sides will be inclined to not move as much. So fingers crossed. I'll try to keep tacking on in specific, like maybe every 3 inches till I get all the way up on both sides, and just do that by hand and try to discreetly put it where the black is, so that way it doesn't show as much. So see, I wanted to show you guys. I'm just doing 2 to 3 rounds on it and tacking it on. So let's do it. So this is what we have. It's long. So I just stitched it, like I said, did the same thing, wrapped the wire that was remaining, and I pulled it over itself, you can see, twice. Through this, Andrew helped me, and then I'll flourish that later. But that's so far how it looks. It's hooked on the back, and it still pulls a little bit because what I did is I stitched it and I pulled it so it kind of gathered a little bit at the top, but I need to be able to add this on that. So what I'm gonna do, oh, that's how it looks like. Hold on. Yay! It's a little crooked, but but we fix it up. And then in theory, that's how it's supposed to go. So seeing if we should put a nail out there or do it with the command hooks, but I don't know. So far, that's how it is. Okay guys, we're at the home stretch, so I managed to drill this through. And I got some aluminum, so it's moving about. And then I'm gonna stabilize it and then ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge this. This is the wireless speaker that I wanna connect to it, so hopefully it works out. That's the finishing touch to it. I wanna put music so it sounds like the Haunted Mansion. So it comes with a little carabiner. It comes with little aux cord. This to put in the shower just screws on, which is great, and it works in the shower. I've used it and it works just fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and charge it, and then that should be the last piece. So that is in fact going to be the last piece. So once we're done with that, it's all charged and we mount it up, it's gonna look great, and I'll show you guys. And I gotta get started with editing because at this point it's gonna be enough time for me to just show you in November when to put the little hat for Christmas. That's how I'm transitioning it, because I don't think I'm changing it. Maybe, but we'll see. So I'll catch you in the next little clip.